Now we shall be looking at a new topic on the screen. We have future value and interests. Future value and interest. Remember that we are generally talking about financial mathematics. Application of mathematics to business or to firms. So the topic is future value and interests. When we talk about future value, we are talking about what 1 naira today will be in the future. We're talking about what 2 naira today is going to be tomorrow. We're talking about what $1,000 today will be tomorrow. We're talking about what $1 million will turn to tomorrow. So that's what we call it future value. And for there to be an increase in that particular amount, there must be an interest. That's why the two of them goes together, future value and interest. It is only interest that will increase the value. Otherwise, the value remains the same. And when the value remains the same, it means we are considering a situation whereby there is non-interest bearing proportions. But here we are talking about interest. When you invest your money today, what will it be tomorrow? That is the essence of this topic. So by the end of this class, you'll be able to know the following. Number 1 is how to calculate the compound amount. Number 2 is how to calculate the compound interest. Number 3 is how to determine the conversion periods under compound amount. Number 4, you will learn how to calculate the rate of interest. And number 5, which is the last one, you will be able to know how to calculate the principal. So this is going to be our areas of concentration as we go through future value and interest. We're going to learn how to calculate the compound amount, how to calculate the compound interest and conversion periods in compound amount, and how to calculate the rate of interest and the principal. So let's start from the first one, compound amount. So what is the meaning of compound amount? Compound amount is the accumulated amount over a given period of time at a particular amount invested called the principal. Now you can now verify that it is the principal that brought about the compound amount. Whenever you open a savings account or you open an account with the bank or any saving institution, there must be a deposit. There must be the first amount you will put in that account. That first amount you will put in that account under the compound amount, we call it the principal because it is your beginning. That is what is going to generate a lot of money for you by the time interest is being considered. So that's why we say that compound amount is the accumulated amount over a given period of time on a particular amount invested called the principal. It is the principal that brings up the amount. That's what we're trying to talk about here. So whichever amount you invested in a savings account is called the principal. So by the time you add the principal, the interest to the principal, you now get the amount we are really talking about. Thus the amount is principal, which is the money you invested, plus the interest. Interest will now give you the amount. So this is what we're talking about in this discussion, compound amount. Another name for compound amount is future value. Future value. The two, you can equally call it compound value. Compound amount, compound value, future value, they are all the same. So the first money invested is called the principal. Then interest, when interest is added to the principal, it will give room to the compound amount or compound value or future value. So that is what compound amount is all about. Now let's quickly look at the formula which we can use to calculate this compound amount so that you see how easier it will be. So in computation of compound amount, to make use of the formula A equal to P bracket 1 plus R, all raised to power n. So this is the general formula in calculation of a compound amount, where P is the principal, which I told you. P is the principal, then A is the compound amount we're looking for. A is compound amount. R is the rate of interest, always given in percentage. The rate of interest is always a percentage value, just like what we did in simple interest. Then n is the number of conversion period. Number of conversion period. How many years are we computing the interest? That is our aim. So this is the general formula we can use in determining the compound amount of a particular investment. P is the principal, A is the compound amount, R is the rate of interest, N is the number of conversion period. So with this, we can solve any question given under compound amount because we are learning how to compute the compound amount. So look at this example 1. Let's see how it goes. Now the question said, find the compound amount of $4,000 in 10 years at 12% per annum.